The original name of the song was supposed to be Gozadera Total.
Gozadera Total was the way I wrote it. But then right before we started, he was like, oh, check the mic. Boom, boom, testing. Then I went, Guayando. But I said it with real Guayando. But then he started the track right there. So the vocal stood there, and it was like, wow. And then after the whole track was done, we would go around and tell people the name of the record is Gozadera Total. And everybody's like, nah, fuck that. The name of that shit is Guayando. Because of the way it starts. Guayando.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Latino Champs. Today, we have my two brothers, legends from day one. From the freestyle game to the Latin game, these guys have been dropping records since I can remember. You know, they go by the name of Fulanito. Let's give it up, y'all.
Ya comienza la fiesta.
Yeah.
What up?
Yo, so
thanks for the invitation, my brother.
Yeah, no, thanks for joining us, man. But what was it? It was Two in the Room.
Two in the Room, yeah.
Two in the Room.
My first record, in '89. Well, my second record.
89?
My first record was like a hip hop record that went double lead. It was cool. A record called Outlaw. But my next record was Do What You Want to Do, and that was an official hit.
Yeah, Do What You. I love that.
That's when the
hit
hit started.
No, but when you came out, man, that was like the beginning of time. That's what when we started seeing people like us, you know.
That was a big movement.
It was a big movement. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, I went to your. I didn't know you yet, but I went to your shows, man.
Which one? We talking about Two in the Room?
Two in the Room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Two in the Room.
Sound like the tunnel.
Wiggle it just a little bit. No, but I'm saying that was just such a good time, man. So like nobody was doing it. It was it was special to be
and then even rapper. All the rappers at that time, all the rappers had like a hip house record.
Yeah.
They had a dance record right around that time.
Yeah. No, so to be a Latino artist at that time, it was just special, man.
Yeah, but house music was big too. Everybody changed their wardrobe. Everybody had like a different style. Like it was a movement that was super interesting.
Yeah, before I got into the music, it was like house music and freestyle. I was really into freestyle, hip hop, and house and all that. And then eventually I became an artist in '88.
'88, wow.
Yeah.
Time be flying.
So fly. Feels like just yesterday, man. But it was such a good time, man. And then for me to see you at first I thought, yo, is this guy black or whatever? I was like, oh, he's fucking Dominican, man. Fucking Dominican. It was big, man. It was big. It was exciting. I was a fan since '88.
So like outside of the house, like la casa con la mamá y todo, I was black outside.
Yeah,
in
of
the
course.
Streets, I was black.
Of course.
In Orange Design in school, I was black.
Of course.
I'll rap, y'all. I'll rap.
Yeah.
Pero cuando llego a la casa, it's Dominican time, you know.
Yeah, man.
But I think that's a thing that a lot of people didn't understand in our culture. Like, like right now I live in Santo Domingo and
you live out there.
Like people say things and I'm like, how do people not say this is a black country? Like everybody's black here, you know what I mean? and we still sometimes fight like the color thing in the Dominican Republic.
That's the biggest problem. The whole colorism thing is just an issue that keeps happening.
I never got that part, you know.
I think what it has a lot to do with the colonization. Because if you think about it, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere is Haiti. Why is that? And then when you look at the Dominican Republic, being right next to it, where they don't even embrace the Africanness as fast as, like, let's say their Spanish heritage. And I think that's where the task is, especially over there. I find a lot of us here, like, even like first generation Americans like ourselves, arguing with family members and arguing with others that come from there because, that whole, like, Godfrey says it. I'm taking me no black, me Dominican.
Tú no eres negro, tú eres indio.
Tú eres indio. And it bugs me.
Shout out to Godfrey. That's the homie.
Godfrey was in my first movie.
In
Soul Plane.
The co-pilot. I remember that.
And to me, it is something that I feel like we battle with all the time, which is weird. Like to me, it's just weird because living there, I'm like, I move around the streets, and I'm like, I mean, it's a black country. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the fact that they don't represent it in that way, it's interesting. And I always joke with people because when you go to restaurants, sometimes, you know, you go to certain spots, they treat you a certain way, and then you're like, you know what? If you don't got a baseball bat in your hand, you know,
They don't
it's
wanna
like,
know you.
yeah.
If you're not Fulanito, you know.
Yeah.
It happens in many places. What bugs me out is getting to the whole colorism thing and the fact that, you know, in his career, he was always looked at as being, people initially thought he was African American, so they hear him speak Spanish. We go places and we still deal with that. You know, you guys have been to LA a lot, different from New York. We go over there. One time we went to a convenience store to get something, and it's almost like a scene from Don't Be a Menace to Society. We're walking around. I'm hearing one lady tell the other, "Oh yeah, mira esos muchachos que están ahí." I'm listening to all this. I was like, they're not talking about me. We're walking, and then they keep saying it and looking. I was like, okay, now I know they're talking about us. I
Or
say,
the black attendant that said, "How
Crazy.
y'all speak Mexican?
yeah.
How y'all speak Mexican? Man, that's some funny shit."
But then when I go and pay, when I
That's
went to
crazy.
pay, when I went to pay is when I caught her, because it was like, you know, did everything, blah blah blah. Muchas gracias, que tenga buen día. The lady, the jaws dropped. But I didn't get mad at them. But to me, they looked at it as, can't believe these black guys speaking Spanish. I was
No,
like,
but when I
It's
first
crazy.
moved to LA, that's when I really realized that the rest of the country wasn't like New York, right?
Right.
Because New York is its own melting pot where everybody's kind of crunched together. So like, you can be if you're a racist person, there's no way you don't interact with people of color, right?
Right.
So like New York forces everybody together,
Yeah.
but the rest of the world is so separate. So when I went to LA, I was like, holy shit. People don't mess around, like the cultures don't clash. And I remember being in, we were in Long Beach, and we were in these certain neighborhoods, and this one guy that I knew that was a good friend of mine's, I took off my hat, and like my hair was like longer at the time, and he was like, "Oh, Jess, man, like you should put your hat back on, man, because without your hat, you looking like one of them essays, man, and we don't really fuck with the essays."
what the
And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I mean? So it was like a eye-opening experience where it was like the cultures, you know, because we're used to New York and
Yeah.
the cultures blend, but that was a crazy moment.
Oh,
Yeah, but back to you. Like I said, that's an interesting topic for sure. Like I said, here at Latino Champs, we like to open up all those can of worms. But back to you. So, how did it all start? Like when did you say, I want to rap, I want to be an artist, I want to what's the story?
Well, it all started in art and design. I went to art and design,
Okay.
and you know,
Mobb Deep went there too,
yeah,
no?
yeah.
Okay.
And George Lamont.
Okay,
Kwame.
Yeah,
Kwame.
me and
Shit,
George did the
yeah.
demos at the same spot.
Okay.
Okay.
Art and design, spitting out artists. I like that.
Yeah, so it started there. I used to like rap in the lunchroom, this and that. People would hear me. It's like, yo, that dude can
And
spit.
art and design was a high school, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
high school,
Where-
57th.
Oh
The
yeah,
second
I
half.
know. Yeah, I know it very well. Yeah, I went and spoke there one time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So then
Okay.
I met my homie over there, Kevin, where me and George Lamont went to the same place to do our demos. Met Kevin, and then from there I just started like being interested in buying equipment. We used to go to Sam Mash after school.
Oh, yeah.
We used to go to Sam Mash like every day, just window shopping.
Playing with the keys. They're like, you want to buy anything? No, we're just looking. Get out.
But then eventually I bought a RZ1 Casio, and that was like my first one, the one I could sample like, yo, for the chick, 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 pop, 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 pop. You know, and I was trying to imitate like being Rakim songs and shit. I was trying to always like imitate Rakim and LL. That was my
Okay.
thing. All my demos, all my first records was imitating them dudes to the T.
I'm gonna take it back just a little more. You gotta give some flowers out to the friends of ours that motivated. Frank Hernandez, Sir Swift. That's what I said. New Year's Eve, 1986, leading to 87. We're hanging out one night, and all of a sudden he just started writing. Him and Frankie started just writing rhymes. I remember because he had DJ equipment, so he lived on the third floor. We would come down, we start mixing and stuff and everything. So one day they just started writing. Frankie was writing, and
He was writing.
Yeah.
He was writing, and then eventually he had to go do a drug deal or something. He was like, you finish the rest of the rap, and we could continue this tomorrow. So then I went home and finished the rap. Then I realized that I could do this.
And he just kept going.
And then from that point on, I said, I got this from now on. I'll do all my rap.
So
my own
drug
rap.
selling is the
And that's
reason
when it
why.
started.
You guys
Drug
remember,
selling is the
you guys
reason
remember
why.
Sensonic drums?
No.
The Sensonic drums, those are like one of the consumer level drum machines and all that. It had 4 little pads and everything. That's what we first started working with. Sensonic
So you were
drums.
doing your own beats.
Yeah, in the beginning, yeah. I used to mess around with Sonic drums and
Me and Yuli
RZ1.
bought an MPC, MP3.
An MP3.
We thought
Oh,
we
an
was
MPC. An MPC.
Yeah, we
Whatever.
thought we was making beats.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, my first hit was with an MPC.
We're actually still waiting for that DJ equipment that our dad was supposed to get us back in '82.
You know what's crazy is that a lot of people don't know, but me and Jesse, we were break dancers first.
Oh.
We used to break dance with like Baby Dynamic Rockers. Dynamic Rockers was on That's Incredible, which was like the first
That's
time we saw
Incredible. I
break
remember
dancing.
that
That's the first time we saw break dancing on TV.
You were
So-
breakdancing and that's incredible?
No, they
No,
were.
they
Oh, I
were.
was going to say you guys.
But they used to practice around the house from us, and they accepted us and started showing us moves. So we ran around like we was Baby Dynamic.
No, we were
Rockers.
much younger, right? So,
Yeah.
like, to put that in perspective, we were like 13 to 16 in terms of our crew, and they were like,
maybe younger. Maybe
and they
younger.
were like, no, we were high school of us, like, and they were like 18 to like 20 something, right? So,
Yeah, you just do windmills and shit?
yeah. I used to do the windmills to the head spins.
That's
Used to-
one
yeah.
Yeah, Jesse still got it. We was drunk a couple of years ago at a rap party. And he
Oh,
still
he
got
tried
it
to
in
do
him.
it?
Yeah, he
Oh,
still
he
got
still had
it. I still got. I tried. I went to the hospital the next
This
day.
goes back in the days of your probable
Rompiste
cause
algo.
days.
Yeah.
This is one of your probable cause days.
Just before probable
but
cause,
probable
we were.
cause. Oh, we know
my
about probable
father,
cause.
my father worked maintenance at CBS.
Right.
That was one of the jobs he had. So sometimes they would give him stuff like that he could take home, right? So my father would take home like sometimes soundtracks of movies. So when we started doing like our funny films, we had like these soundtracks, and then he would take home like some clothes sometimes, like T-shirts that says CBS. So that was our crew name. Because
Can't
it was
be
the only
stopped.
clothes we had.
TBS.
So CBS can't be stopped. You know what I mean?
No, we had.
No,
the
but there
ill-
was NBC,
Can't
the
be
Nasty Boys crew. There was
Nasty Boys
ABC,
crew.
and we were CBS. Can't be stopped. That we had the
Can't be
T-shirts
stopped.
my father brought home.
Big networks didn't even know that
Yeah.
we were pushing and promoting gang culture.
Exactly. We were killing it.
From hip hop, the next step is freestyling in the ciphers. Then it became rapping. Then it became probable cause. Big Jesse.
Yeah, but you know, it was that era where you fall in love for the first time, and freestyle music was in. So Yuli was like, "Diamond Girl, to me, assistant." They was in
Wait,
there.
no, you guys also were thinking about doing a freestyle track?
No,
No,
we didn't
no,
do
no.
freestyle.
And we just went.
We see. We could have probably crossed paths back then too, cause we were even producing a couple of freestyle tracks
I
back
used to
then.
do beats.
The thing is, by the time thought about rap, like it already went gangster. So like
Yeah.
we had gold teeth, and we thought we were just thugging.
Yeah. God blessed us, and He didn't let us go that route.
I gotta ask you guys this question: which one of you was it that was in the OPP video with the Kurt?
You.
That was you.
Yes.
Oh.
That was okay. I remember watching after a while. Then when we met and everything, I was like, one of those dudes was in the video, so it was you in the video.
Yeah.
The thing is that Tretch was part of the crew in Juice.
Juice.
So he was one of Pac's good friends, and Tretch at that time was writing songs with Queen Latifah. He was like, in the studio doing stuff. But Tretch was a real like street guy.
Right.
So it wasn't like during Juice, Tupac used to rap all the time, so you knew he was a rapper. Even though he only had like one song out, he wasn't as popular at the moment. He used to always talk about Tretch. Tretch never rapped, so it's not like you knew he was a rapper. But
Over there during the Juice set, he was a rapper.
No, but Pac was like, yo, this kid is ill, this kid is ill. And Tretch was more serious. He was cool, but he was more serious. He wasn't out there freestyling. Pac freestyled every 2 seconds. If he was here, he would rap, oh shit, we out here in Latino Champs. He just wouldn't be going. But Tretch was cool. So then by the end of Juice, we hung out with Tretch. He took us to East Orange. We roller skated and stuff like that because they used to like to roller skate. That was the first time I saw like Thug roller skating, And, people were like, man, Thug. They used to like twist around, like, shit. Like super Thug.
Like
Super Thug. So then he was like, he was doing the video. And then we were like, oh shit, he's doing the video, whatever. So we went out and we were all at the video shoot. Yuli, the video shoot was like over there, right? And everybody's over there.
Here we go again.
You
Yeah.
might see me in the crowd, like jumping up and down because that's all the video shoot was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yuli, because he was in love at that time, brought his girl.
I didn't bring my girl. That's not what happened.
So she
I didn't
tagged
bring my girl.
along?
Yeah, what happened was, that's not what happened. What happened was,
Regardless, imagine someone tells like you and your friends, like, yo, I got a video shoot coming, let's go. We all say, yeah, let's roll. And he's like, I'm going to bring my girl with me.
that's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's not
Well,
what
what
happened.
happened? You did bring her, though.
You know, she showed up.
Oh,
They did. They
she showed up.
They were
Worse.
lacking extras, so it was on the radio. Yo, come to the Astoria Projects. We're looking for people. So she was like, "That's where this motherfucker's at." And she pulls up, right? But I just happened to be talking to like 4 pretty girls at the time she comes to set.
So
Right?
that scene in the video, she started fighting with him, and they recorded it. That's why it's like, boom,
That's a
boom,
real
boom, boom.
fight.
No,
Yeah.
that's not what happened. Was no, it's my story. I know exactly what happened. So she comes and starts fucking going crazy, and Latifah used to manage Naughty by Nature,
Right.
her and Shock G.
Right.
So then, and
Shakim.
Shakim, Shakim. So she comes over and she's like, yo, in defense, like, yo, he was, he's been good. Trust me, I'm gonna hold you down. I'm girl power. I'll hold you down. He was good. You should apologize because she made a big scene. So she brings us to this corner. Yo, you should apologize. So if you see the video, I'm angry as hell, and she's trying to like make up. And she's like, apologize, man. Fuck this bitch. She disrespected me in this whole fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. And then a month later, the video comes out, and I see
and
this
they put
shit.
that in there.
Yeah, they
Because I
recorded
was saying,
without us
with
knowing.
OPP,
It's like
you
you
ain't
signed
know
the waiver.
Yeah, and if you see that video, you see my face. I didn't know how to act yet. You know what I'm
you
saying?
weren't there
That
yet.
was real. That was real. I was upset. But look, the interview's not about us. The interview's back.
They probably just
back-
said, that's
back-
some great acting right there. Let's keep that shit.
And that was real. That was
Let's
real.
keep
That
it.
was
Somewhere
real.
along the way, we're going to use that.
Like OPP worked. That was with other people's pussy. She came. It was,
Out of all things,
it was the best part of the scene. But back to you, man. So you started making the beats. You started like how did your career start?
Well, I set my demo out to Cutting Records. Well,
Okay,
actually,
yeah.
I went personally up there. To
Of
Dyke
course,
Lip.
yeah. There was
I
no
went to Dyke Lip.
Instagram or
Yeah,
TM or nothing.
on Saturday, the owner, Aldo Marin, the owner
Yeah.
of Cutting Records, would always be at the store. So they said, yo, bring the demo to Aldo on Saturday. So I brought him the demo on Saturday of some hip-hop shit I did. So I think I guess it was Outlaw.
No, it wasn't even Outlaw. You had other stuff.
Yeah, it was like something else. And then he was like, yo, that sounds good. On Saturday, come through and let's record. So he pretty much signed me right there on the spot.
We
Once
recorded.
he
Once
he heard the
Outlaw
demo
in his apartment.
He was like,
Outlaw
oh, that's
had a
pretty
studio in
good.
his
Yo,
apartment.
come through Saturday. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So then that's when I recorded Outlaw. But then Outlaw, little Louis Vega played it on the radio a couple of times, esto lo otro. But once I started dabbling with hip house, like mixing it with house music,
Yeah.
that's when I started to go places. Because I wanted to be Rakim so bad. And I wanted to be LL, this and that.
Everybody
and this
did.
and that. And then my boys came, yo, dude, rap on some house. And I was like, oh, man. Whatever, I'll try it. And boom, se pegó. I'm like, okay.
What was your first hit that worked?
Do what you want.
Do what you want.
Se pegó en la discoteca, in Europe, like all over the place, but on the club level.
Yeah.
And then,
And then you try wiggling after.
yeah, and that's when Aldo said, yo, get on this other track called As It Grooves.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
That was
yeah.
produced by George Morel.
Okay.
They said, yo, add some vocals to that. Let's see what we could come up with. And that's when I came up with Wiggle It.
Okay.
Yes, ese-
Wiggle
y ahí
it,
cambió la vaina.
just a little
Yeah, yo dije, I'm going to put a
bit.
pause. I ain't going to school. I'm not going to go to college for a bit. I was about to go be an architect. And then se pegó ese disco. I was like, wait a minute. I had to tour for a bit. For like about 2 or 3 years. So, like,
Yeah.
What was that tour like, though? Tell me about that tour.
oh, great. Then I messed it up and got hooked up with the dancer. My boys are like, bro.
That's what I told my brother. That he brought the girl to the video set.
Yeah, we were traveling everywhere. This and that. And then I fell in love with the dancer. I was like,
Oh man. So what happened?
So you stopped
but I had a
wiggling
great
it
time,
then.
bro.
You
I
stopped
always had
wiggling
somebody
it.
everywhere we went.
Of course you did.
When you stopped wiggling it, you got with the dancer, dog. You come on.
Yeah, all my boys are like, you ain't hanging no more. That's it. What's up?
So-
Well,
so-
you know, me and my girl, we're gonna.
Oh man. She must have been
I
a
messed it
really.
up.
She
I'm
must
sure I
have
messed
been.
No, but
everything
some
up.
of the dancers are hot, though.
She must have been a really nice dancer.
Yeah.
You got to think for dancers.
Was she Dominican too?
No, she's African American.
She was sister from Brooklyn.
Okay. She caught you in
She was
that
hot.
look.
She was hot.
So what happened? You're saying she met the dancer. Did it just put a curveball on everything? Like,
Meaning he started dating the dance. He's on tour now. He's got a
Yeah,
girl.
I started dating the dance. Después me porté bien. Y después, ya, tú sabes.
Damn.
Right before the
Well,
dance,
all
he's
my
like,
boys
"We
are
just
doing
live." Every
just
girl
a
screaming, and
little
his
bit.
boys is living off the strength of him. Once he gets the dancer, they can't score no more because the main guy is
All
fucking
my
caught
boys
up.
were tearing up every. Yeah, like
Was you
tearing
on
up the
tour with
city.
him?
Not at the beginning. When he first started touring around, it was interesting because I was a bit of a superstar in college. I went up to
Okay.
upstate. I was up at Sullivan County Community College, and when he was
Superstar?
touring
Why?
around-
Why were you a superstar? What you was doing?
Well, because they knew who
my
my
brother.
brother was.
Oh, the
He
brother.
was a wiggly.
Oh, you the Wiggler's brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, that
Okay.
was like
He was running off with all the white girls.
pretty much. That was my
Wiggle
nickname.
it.
That was my nickname throughout the whole 90s. Right?
Wiggle it.
So wiggle it. And
Oh, man,
your
that's how-
your cousin can speak to it. We'll get to that in a sec. But it's just that when I was in college in upstate, and I was in college with your cousin Raymond, Ramon Polanco.
Polanco.
Oh.
It was me, him, my boy Victor. It was all of us from G-Dubs. We went up to the school. All the Dominicans went
Yo,
up there.
did I know this?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you the story in a sec. You know this. I remember I told him about it. I'm gonna tell you in a sec. So, due to his success that he had, I managed to float around the school. And he used to have some clothes. He had some wardrobe from concerts and
And you
everything.
used to wear
I
it.
used to just take them. He just had all this
He
gear
stole
that-
my identity.
Yo, I was walking around campus. First of all,
But he
even
had a
before
girl
that-
down, so you could wiggle it everywhere.
No, but even before that, that's when he said when he wrote Outlaw. The interesting thing is that he had a whole bunch of other things that he wrote, right? So freshman year of high school, during study hall, you know, I used to see these guys sit around and have a cipher and everything. They start rapping. I was like, yo, I gotta get in on this. So one day we hanging out, he's writing. I started taking all his rhymes.
All in my rhyme book. All in my rhyme book.
I was all in his rhyme book, and I would go to school, and I'll be like, he did one rhyme with a lyrical blast. I'll fly, but yo.
You mastered that rap.
So I did that, and I would rap that in school, and everybody like, yo, you wrote that? I came back home and was like, yo, Rob. Yeah, you gotta give me another one.
got
bro.
some more?
Yo, you got some
some
more?
more shit?
What else to write? So I was doing
No
that for like
way.
the whole year. Then after a while, I just stopped because I'm not a writer. I'm an actor more than I am a writer. So he's the one that ended up doing it, but I ended up having to take some of his rhymes. He was my ghostwriter for 10 months back in Dubs.
Yeah, he lived it up. He lived it up.
Wow.
He lived it up.
In college, because of him, I had to live it up as well.
Wow, so you was wiggling it for him.
Just like that.
Wow.
Just a little bit.
You know what's funny on that story, and the brother tip. So in L.A., when Jesse lived in L.A., before I moved to L.A., and I would go to L.A., people would think I was Jesse. And when he would come to New York, people would think he was me. And I remember one time, no, I can't tell that story. Sorry.
You're literally like, no.
I can't tell that story.
You're gonna need another couple of
He
treats
already
before
gave me
you-
the look. He already
You
gave
can
me
tell
the
this, son.
You know the story?
He's like,
All right,
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
So one night, I don't know how, but I'm hanging out with this big celebrity. He's big, really famous big guy. One of the biggest, you know what I'm saying? So I'm hanging out with him, and Jesse used to always hang out with him, right? I don't know why, but he couldn't hang out that night. So now it's just me and this big superstar guy, and we're going around town, and it's just like everyone thinks I'm Jesse because they always see this guy with Jesse.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks I'm Jesse, and then at one point, there was a okay, I can't tell that story.
He wants to get his drink. Put that plazo.
So long story short,
No, we don't want that. We want this.
we had a spot,
Start.
right? We had a place, and there was these like smoking hot, gorgeous girls that was all over the two of us, right? And then I was just like, this is overwhelming. I know what's happening here. So I'm like a little reserved, like, all right, you need to fall back a little bit, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? This is aggressive. She's like, come on, Jesse.
Come on, Jesse.
Why are you acting different for all of a sudden? And I was like,
Oh, I see.
no, so I was like, I'm sorry. Won't be acting different anymore. My bad.
So you guys, okay.
I'm a little tipsy right now. Excuse me. I almost didn't recognize
What's
you.
your name again? That happened. That actually happened with us one time. So he was like, I had to do a tuna room show as him one time.
Oh, shit.
You look nothing like him.
Yeah.
You look
He
nothing
had-
like him.
They all tall
Would
and
you
shit.
put the hat?
No, yeah, he had a cap. Remember the tuna room videos in the tunnel? He used to have the cap
Yeah,
on,
he used to
right?
look like a cat.
So-
Like, low, like that.
So he had to go somewhere. Him and his partner Roger at the time. They had to go to Detroit, something like that. Yeah. They were in Michigan, so they had a gig booked in Long Island. So Vito Bruno's manager calls up. He goes, "Listen, they got the deposit. Blah blah blah. Where's your brother at?" I was like, "Well, he's out of town." I was in college. I was upstate, so I had to drive in. They took me to the club. I did the whole show and everything with the dancers and everything. They weren't there. Somebody had to stop me and be like, "Yo, Dose, this, that. You remember me from so and so?" I was like, "Yeah, but I gotta go. I can't talk." Yo,
He used to memorize my lyrics and shit.
That's dope. That's dope.
But what is Two in the Room? Like who was a part of Two in the Room? Where did the name
the
come
owner
from?
of the name, the original name, the project is the owner of the label, Aldo Marin.
Okay.
He had a project called Two in the Room, the Volume 1.
Okay.
So yeah, it consisted of different producers, a whole bunch of different producers that were pretty
Okay.
hot, like Todd Terry and Little
Okay.
Louis Vega.
Oh, so that wasn't the name of the group. That was just the name of the project.
Yeah, it was like the name of the project.
So he puts two guys in the room that make a hit.
that
Yeah.
was the concept.
Yeah,
Like,
like
it was a
that.
compilation. It was a
Different
compilation
producers.
album.
Yeah. So for our song was Roger Pauletta and myself. Then we
Okay.
did the only track with vocals on it,
Oh,
and that's
Do
Do What You
Do
Want.
What You Want.
oh, okay.
So that was like on a hip house tip. Y después se pegó el tema. So then I ended up being the face of the project.
Oh,
So then I
okay.
would go around and do shows.
Yeah,
I ended
yeah,
up quitting
that's
my
what
job. I was like,
it
oh
was-
shit.
I thought it was. That's why I thought it was the name of your group.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't make it up. Nah.
Okay. So and then where does the name Dose comes from? Because that was your name back then.
Yeah, it's a vaina de chamaquito.
Graffiti.
I used to write graffiti.
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah, I used to have you just tag.
But I
Just
know, but where
tag
did
it.
it come from?
Good combination of 4 letters. I don't know. It wasn't because of overdoses. My dad used to be like, "Why you call yourself that? Why you taking drugs? You taking drugs?" I'm like, "Nah, Dad, it just looks cool." But for my dad, it was deep. He was like, "Yo, I don't know about that. I don't know. You know what that means? Yo, taking drugs, overdose."
We
No,
all
no.
know in graffiti line, one syllable words are usually the ones that are the strongest, like a one syllable name. You know, Dose, Mace. You know, so it's like he started off as Deuce, by the way.
Deuce.
Yeah,
Deuce.
it changed a lot.
It was Deuce. It
Master
changed a little
Deuce, then Master
Yeah.
Dose. There's a bunch of
I
stuff.
like
Trying
Dose,
to- you know when you're
though.
you
I
know
like
when like
Dose.
you're 12, 13 years old, you can't make a
Those is good.
Like
It's
I thought you was
give it-
giving them that dose. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought it was.
That's what I should have said when my dad said, "Yo, come on, Dad, you know what I mean."
giving them that.
I give him girls
that
that dope.
dose.
That's what I thought it was.
All right.
That definitely would have.
I didn't explain it, but yeah, I used to, and then that ended up being my MC name.
Yeah.
You know what? It's gonna be my name for MCing. You know, then it slowed down after the whole touring from the Two in the Room shit, and then it was like, wow, what do I do now? Well, maybe go back to hip hop again. And I went and tried to be a Mr. Hip Hop again,
That's
and
it,
then
they win you back.
and then they hollered at me with another house record, and that was the Vargas brothers, the Wepa Man. You know, Danny Vargas, Victor Vargas. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Danny Vargas.
That's what I wanted to bring that up. Who created that shit?
The Vargas
The
brothers.
Vargas brothers first. Victor Vargas and Danny Vargas.
They
We're the
created-
other Vargas
they
brothers.
they
but
created that hook?
I keep it out there.
They created that hook.
Yeah.
That shit
the
was
Wepa
my
Man.
shit.
Aquí yo quiero un trago. Aquí yo quiero un trago.
So I was gonna ask you whose voice was that? Because I know you do 100 voices. Like you do a lot of.
That was
The
Danny
We-
Vargas.
The Wepa Man is Danny Vargas.
Oh,
Rest in
okay.
peace.
But give us that hook for people that don't know, because people gonna know.
I'll imitate a little. Aquí yo quiero un trago. Aquí yo quiero un trago. O rompemos la javiola. I even added the boricua to it, right? O rompemos la javiola.
Yo, that was the shit.
Y le di una brisa y fue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went through a year of like my downtime, whatever, and then that record came out. That shit
Yeah.
started some shit.
Yeah,
like in New
that-
York,
That was different.
like it started like
That
some
was
crazy shit
different.
in Miami, whatever.
was different.
So that kind of like restarted my career again, because I was like, damn, it's crazy. Like in those years, like 2 years of downtime seemed like forever though.
Yo,
That was my shit. Oh, that was my shit. Yeah, that was my shit. I'm about to battle right now.
you guys did not even know about the video shoot for Trago. It was at Warsaw.
I remember
shit,
what
was,
it was.
Yeah, but it was at Warsaw.
I know.
How did you not know? You guys are doing casting. You found out.
No, it wasn't in the
A
business
lot of
yet.
people showed. This was in '93.
93, okay.
You were in the business.
Yeah, I was.
93.
No, but just started.
Just starting around that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But I'm like, the
Juice
word was
was
all
around
over.
that
You know
time.
how everybody showed up like from.
Juice was like around
And
that
90
time,
and 93,
94.
we were still trying to be actors. I wasn't casting yet. I
No,
was.
but the Juice was around that time, 90 something.
Yeah.
The early
Oh,
90s.
no, I Like It Like That was 92.
That's what I'm saying. It was
So I
like
started
90.
casting, but I was still a little young boy. I still wasn't.
Pero el trago
And
was
we
like
didn't, we didn't have social media. If you didn't get called, you didn't know about nothing. Like it was, you only knew about what you got hired to
El
work on.
Trago was like the last dance record on Hot 97. It was like one of the last dance records. It was like
Right before the
before
whole
they went
hip-hop
totally hip hop. But I remember it was there. Yeah, we went to see at Love. We went to did the morning show in those days. Con El Trago. Like, yo quiero cuaro. They used to fuck around with it. Yo quiero cuaro. I don't know what you're saying, but everybody's dancing to it. I was like, yeah.
That was a big record, man.
But that
So
was a good year.
When did you make the transition into the Latin space?
There's a little in between there before Fulanito.
Yeah. So then I made this other record called Shimmy Shake that blew up in Europe and all over, like Africa and all that. This record called Shimmy Shake.
Under the name 740.
740 Boys. Yeah, that's when El Gordito joined, like, he just joined, like, the group with me. I put him
It
down.
was called 740 Boys.
740 Boys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who-
it consisted of Pickles, El Gordito,
Yeah, I
and
remember.
Winston.
Okay.
Winston de la Rosa.
And
Okay.
those.
Yeah, so it was us three. So we went out to France because that record just blew up crazy in France.
And what was your MC name at that point?
Those.
Still those.
Those.
Still those.
I didn't know what the
You
those.
sure it wasn't Crow?
It was those, but I used to have like my alias called Crow.
He had an alter
I used to
ego.
change my voice.
Yeah, no alter ego.
Check the technique, then I'm styling. Working out, baby. Now I'm styling. I used to do, I created like a character, so I used to call him Crow.
Call him Crow.
We used to drink a lot of alcohol. We used to do we were crazy.
Yeah.
We should just go with the flow with anything. Yo, we just gotta call it that. Yeah, right. We were always just inventing shit.
One
Like,
thing we remember from them 740 Boy recordings and sessions, the many bottles of Crazy Horse that him and Winston used to collect.
I remember Crazy Horse. Those are the good old days.
Crazy
These
Horse,
guys are
Say
acting like
Nights.
college. They were acting like college students. That's
Say
what they were doing.
Nights.
Yo,
Nah, Crazy
over there in
Horse.
Jersey, my
Yeah,
brother
we
had
had
his
the
studio.
studio.
He had the whole wall lined up all around with bottles of Crazy Horse from all that they drank.
yeah, we used to finish. Yeah, boom. Yeah, another one. Yeah. And before you know it, we had like about 50 of them shits.
But they came out. They came out with some bangers with 740 Boys, and a couple of other tune room tracks. But this is what basically.
And then one
swayed
day we
into
just looked at
Fulanito.
what the fuck we gonna do with all this shit.
Yo,
And then that was
Everything out.
you were doing English music.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Shimmy Shake was like the joint where then we traveled around the world with that. That was fun. But then in my travels, I would see like Proyecto Uno. We would run into them.
Okay.
yeah.
Shout out to
We would
Magic
see-
Juan.
Yeah,
that's the
Magic Juan and
family.
Nelson and them.
Yeah.
And I would see the reaction that they were getting from people and this and that, and they would tell me the money they were making, and then I was like, wow.
We're in the wrong industry.
I'm in the wrong genre. Because I was making all right money, but they were making like triple. And I was like, man, I speak Spanish. I'm Dominican. Yo puedo. Sí, yo puedo. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Wow.
So then, you know what? I'm going to go home and make me some merengue house records. We're going to figure it out one way or the other. So we went
Un
back.
doyo, but they made it happen.
Nah, but then it was easy because Winston's father is Arsenio de la Rosa.
Okay.
One of the best accordion players, Dominican accordion players. And it's like he was always there, and we never like really like acknowledged it. Like, oh yeah, he's good, yeah. And Winston used to be like, yeah, my father, he has a great following, whatever. And we should just do our hip hop shit. And then one day, my father said, why don't you guys kind of like try doing like
Your
Federico
father.
Ripiao, my
Your
father.
father.
Yeah,
Okay.
mi papá con la idea, siempre tiene idea.
I gotta break it. I gotta break it down. I gotta break it down the way Rafael Genaro Vargas would say it. Oye, ustedes deben hacer esa cosa con el acordeón. El rapero que ustedes hacen con el acordeón. That was my dad.
Shout out to
I'm
your
trying to
father.
imitate my dad.
Shout out to your father.
And I was like, then it, to me, it made sense because it was like, okay, it's like merengue house, pero con el merengue típico. And I was like, yeah, why not? Yeah, let's try that. And then Winston told his father to come through the studio. And
Okay.
it was really quick like that. The first joint, we put together this great track, and then I was like, well, it's time to write.
Well, he didn't tell them how Arsenio was reacting. That's the funny part.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I said he was kind of like, what you guys gonna do? We want some accordion. Oh, so you guys got some music that you got for me? Like, no, play one of the old classics. Like one of the old classics from the 40s that everybody remembers, whatever. And Arsenio was pissed off. He was like, you call me up here.
He played it, and then he wanted
You
to
call
just
me
rush
you
home.
call me up here to play some stuff that everybody wants me to play and all these little, like in all the little parties, whatever. I thought we were making a record. And then we were telling him, no, just do it because we're experimenting here. We're just experimenting. We want to put some hip hop to El Típico. And he was like, all right. And then he did it. He laced it, the accordion, rocked it in one shot. And then he played the bass because we didn't know how to play anything. So he played the bass. And then he was like, okay, now can we leave?
He had to go back home to the Bronx.
We were excited, like, oh shit, we got some good shit. And he was just like, yeah, okay, now when are we leaving? Because this is whatever. Because he just kind of like, he didn't get it. Because it's like he's come from like really old school. Like,
while we're busy sampling things.
we were like sampling. We were like, don't worry about it. We're going to chop it up and we're going to do our thing and this and that. And he was like, yeah, whatever.
What record was
that?
that?
But we chopped it up like a hip hop record.
What record was that?
Guayando. Yeah, so we chopped it up. We approached it un típico like a hip hop record.
Wow.
Like a hip hop record.
The first joint
and the thing is, the very first word, Guayando, that was just testing the mic. Because, like,
the original name of the song was supposed to be Gozadera Total.
Gozadera Total was the way I wrote it. But then right before we started, he was like, check the mic. Boom, boom, testing. Then I went, Guayando. But I said it with real Guayando. But then he started the track right there. So the vocal stood there, and it was like, wow. And then after the whole track was done, we would go around and tell people the name of the record is Gozadera Total. And everybody's like, nah, fuck that. The name of that shit is Guayando. Because of the way it starts, Guayando. And it was an accident.
Wow, what a great story, man.
that song had a particular impact that even before it was released.
Particular?
No, before it was released.
That's a monster record.
This is before my brother put me on. I was working at the Bank of New York out in Jersey. So they finished the track. He gave me a cassette. He goes, yo, play with it. I played it in my car. I'm blasting it and everything. So one day I'm working at the bank and I decided to just play it. Oh, my brother made this track. Check this thing out. Everybody in the branch right there, they heard it. They were going crazy. And they were like, yo, what is that? I was like, no, my brother did a track, merengue. So I was just, going with the hype. Then I'm driving around uptown and I'm in my car.
You started wiggling again.
No, it started to happen. No joke. It started to happen like that.
Taking all the girls.
People were picking up on it. I actually remember I was at a corner. I was on 181st and Audubon, right? At the corner. And I'm blasting in my car because I wanted to just show off in my old neighborhood. I don't know why.
And said, look at my new single.
Word. My new single. But I'm playing it and people are driving up and they're hearing it. And
esa vaina?
They were liking it.
Diablo, ¿qué esa vaina, loco?
And that was at the same time, since we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what Arsenio recorded. We said, play something that, something original. I mean, something one of the old tracks and everything. And then we didn't realize every time I would play the song, all I always used to hear people say, "Esa la chiflera? Esa la chiflera?" I was like, what the hell is la chiflera? We didn't know until after a while. I was kind of like, is la chiflera an old folk, típico track? I was like, that's why they knew the track. But then they heard the rhyme with it, and everything just started to click.
I was trying to add like my Rakim flavor. I got booyah, aquí al party.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did. Wow.
Yeah.
And then, but it was,
wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rakim for making
My favorite. I owe it all to him.
You know what's crazy on a side note, not to interrupt that amazing story, but I just met him for the first time last year.
Word.
And I know everybody. I met everybody in the planet Earth. I went to some shit in Coney Island. I was with MC Light, and we go to this Coney Island thing or whatever. And I forgot why I was over there, and I started seeing like EPMD. I seen Tresh, Naughty by Nature, gave me mad love, Vinny, everybody. So everybody there I knew, and I was backstage, and I seen Rakim.
Oh man.
Yo. So I was like, yo.
God, Rakim.
I was like, yo, man, no groupie shit, man, but can somebody just let me just say hi to the guy, you know what I'm saying? And they were like, who are you? I'm like, I was in Juice, and he did the song for Juice.
Right.
Yeah.
So this, that, the third, whatever.
Yeah.
So they go back, they tell him that shit, and he looks like, yeah, let him come in. So I come and say, yo, Rakim, yo, I've never met you before. I'm such a fan. I was riding his crew in Juice with him. He's like, yeah. oh shit, yeah. Oh shit, what's up? He gave me love. I was like, yo, the Juice record you did, it's fucking incredible. Sip the juice, and I rapped it for him. I got nothing to rap, and I was a groupie with. I never been groupie ever, and I was groupie with Rakim. I saw KRS One, so much you were there, but I never seen him before. So yeah, man.
You can't pass things like that up.
I would.
Yeah, this was last year.
I think I would be total.
No, this was last year.
I'll be total groupie.
This was last year. I got 35 years in the game. I worked with everybody.
Wow,
except
last
Rakim.
year.
So this happened last year.
Yo.
You know
Okay, can I ask you guys something?
Yeah.
Run DMC, if you guys met all three.
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
No, we're not
Not together.
Not together, but you
Yeah,
met all three.
yeah.
To me, I feel like that's a big thing because we met all three. First one, we shared a flight with Jam Master Jay, coolest dude
wow,
ever,
okay.
and it was
Okay.
like, rest in peace, Jam Master Jay.
No, Jam Master Jay was super cool. And remember in the beginning, Onyx and a lot of groups were with JMJ.
Right.
They were with him.
Right.
And Onyx were barbers in our neighborhood. So that's how we met them early on.
Yeah.
And so, that whole JMJ thing. But I met everybody separate. I
Yeah.
didn't meet them as like a unit.
Yeah, we did the same because we met Jay, obviously, prior to his situation, but we met him. We shared a flight into LA with him, and what's interesting is because while we there talking with him, waiting for our bags to come out, there's this other guy that walks by, and then he says, Jam Master Jay's talking to him. We know a little bit about DJ in the fun of it, but we see the dude, and Jam Master Jay's like, that's the dude that invented the crossfader. I'm like, all in one shot, I'm meeting all these people. But it was cool. But then we also met. When they got inducted into the Hall of Fame, we met DMC in Cleveland when they were leaving from the Hall of Fame ceremony. We met them there, and then we met.
What were you doing in Cleveland?
We had a gig out there, out of all places.
Yeah.
Latino goes everywhere.
We go everywhere, man.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
They got Latinos in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what's interesting about the whole Juice thing was, right at the height of the Tuna Room thing, they released a Wiggle It album. They got notification that they were doing the whole open call for Juice. So they wanted him to come in and his partner Roger. They wanted him to read for Q. No, they wanted him to read for Q.
Oh my!
They wanted Roger to read. They wanted Roger to read for
Bishop.
Khalil. I think it was Khalil's character. Yeah. So they wanted him to read for that. Roger's cool, love him and everything, but I had to laugh when he basically said, "Call me when it's Steven Spielberg."
Who said that?
My brother's former partner Roger. But
My other partner, Tuna Room.
yeah, it was funny when I heard him say, because you already know me, and I go back to theater since I was 10 and all that, and I'm seeing all this. I'm telling myself, I remember I was in college at the time.
Roger must have been joking.
No, not that. I mean like,
I hope so.
I mean like missed opportunities that I would have been like,
So
yo,
he didn't audition.
I didn't go.
Why not? Why you didn't
I was
go?
in college.
What does that mean?
No, I was in college and I wasn't aware of what was going on because they were saying like, oh, they want you guys to go. I'm sitting there saying, but I didn't speak. So I could have done what you guys did and I didn't. And I missed that. But it's just that when the whole Juice thing was going on, they were basically told to come in. They probably would have been in the same gang with
And
you
I
guys.
wasn't about it the way I
And they
should
didn't
have
go.
been.
So
I
did you,
should have
did
been
you
about
go
it.
in? Did you go in?
No, I didn't go. I should have been really about it in those days. I was just.
You know what? I was just thinking now. I'm glad you weren't casting Juice. I might have not been in it.
No. So what happened was there was the open call or whatever, right, for Juice, and I didn't go. But he went because the week before that, or the month before that, no, I was at the mall, right, and this guy was like, "Oh my God, can I get your autograph?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? You're famous, aren't you?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." He goes, "You got to be kidding me, man." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not famous." He goes, "Oh, yo, are you joking?" I was like, "No." He goes, "Yo, you know what? Here's my card. Call me tomorrow, man. I can't even believe you're not famous. Yo, call me tomorrow." So I called him the next day. I'm like, "Hello, it's the guy from the mall." He's like, "Oh my God, you listen?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh my God, you come meet me tomorrow, blah, 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 this time, blah, blah. I want you to meet my boss. We're going to make you famous." So I'm like, "Oh my God, they're going to make me famous." So I go over there.
How much did he charge you?
Exactly. I go to Long Island in the boondocks somewhere, and they walk me in, and they go, "Look." And the guy's like, "Oh my God, you were right. Oh my God, you're such a superstar. I can't believe it. So give us your headshots and we'll get you going right away." I'm like, "What's a headshot?" "You don't have a headshot?" "Oh, don't worry, we got you. Come tomorrow. This, that, third. Come bring 3 outfits. Just bring a credit card. Bring a credit card." So I go with my 3 outfits or whatever. I still have the pictures. They're the worst pictures I took in my life. They're like, put your hand in your pocket.
Put your hand in your pocket.
Put your shoulder up. Put your chin.
Tell like this.
He's got this one.
Yeah. I still have them. I still have them.
You got the
yeah,
fist? You got the
yeah,
fist?
black and white. Like horrible, right? So they fucking robbed me. It was $1,500.
What?
Yeah, they
was a
robbed
scam
me.
going all over
So
the
anyway, so when they tell me about it was on the radio. "Oh, but cool.
It was
If you're
on the
a
radio. It was on Video Music Box.
Oh, yeah, Video Music
You
Box.
can trust Ralph McDaniel.
Oh, yeah, that's
Fuck
right.
around.
Ralph McDaniels.
Fuck around.
Yeah, shout out to Ralph McDaniels. he gave a life-changing opportunity to both of us because he put on Rhythm Music Box, and then he said, "Oh my God, we're going,
man! This is our moment." He was like, "Fuck this moment."
Exactly.
And he
I
goes,
said,
"You go."
I said, you're gonna go. They're gonna be like, you're a star. $1,500 up your ass. You know what I'm saying? So he went, and then
Waited on that line, put in the work.
yes.
Went into the casting call. They had like 100 people come in.
Not even taking it
And
serious.
then at that moment, Winsome Sinclair, like, she made a speech and a couple of people about the casting, and I looked at it, and then I was like, all right, cool. And then I left, and then something hit me, and I was like, yo. So I told them, I said, yo, I think I left my keys inside. And they were waiting for the next 100 people to come in. So I went back inside, and then, you know, I spoke to her, and I said, yeah, I really want this or whatever. I think this could be cool. And she was like, a lot of Latinos didn't come. They were looking for Latinos, but nobody came.
Right.
So she was like, yo, come back. I like your look. And then I told Yuli, yo, man, I got a call back. He was like, I'm going with you, nigga. Going with you. And I'm like, yo, you just told me it was whack. Told me not to go.
I'm going with you. That's it.
Nah, but he said it was real. Yo, it's mad people,
Yo.
cameras.
He came with me. And then he had like a pimple on his nose. So he put like a Band-Aid on his nose. And the director was like, oh, I like the brother. He looks mean.
Wow, because of the Band-Aid.
Yeah, back then they couldn't tell us apart at all.
Right.
So I was like, yo, if they like you, they're gonna like me, and that's why I went.
That's pretty much what he said. I was like, yo, they want me to come back. Yo, they gonna like you. They gonna like me. I'm like,
so I showed up, and then I had this nasty pimple. I put the Band-Aid on, so they loved it. Then we get cast in it. We're the only Spanish guys. It's supposed to be a Spanish gang. Tretch is
So
black.
you two and
Black.
Dynamite, that's it.
Dynamite, and Rodimus.
That Tretch and Dynamite.
They're all black.
Force
Right.
all, so they needed some Latinos. So it ended up working out.
Yeah, so
That's how this happened too. Nori was like, yo, man, Jesse, hey, we want to do a Drink Champs Latino with you. And he was like, yo, if they're going to like you, they're going to like me. And all of a sudden,
that's not
it's a
true.
Two-seater.
That's not true. Mr. Lee, we need a clarification here. We need a clarification here, Mr. Lee.
Funny about the juice situation, other than the audition issue, is so I go back up to school hanging out with Raymond and my boys and everything. Raymond's bragging to everybody. Yo, my cousins, they're in the movie Juice and all that. I got my cousin. He's in Juice. We sitting there saying, well, you know, Raymond got a cousin in the movie. I was telling him about what happened. I missed out. Yeah, my cousin. Again, Raymond, mad love for you, bro. We all thought because he looked like him, we thought Radimus was his cousin the whole time. We're running around. I was like, oh, so, you know, and I'm going to say, yo, Rob, Raymond, he has a cousin. It's in that movie that you guys weren't auditioning for. Yo, Radimus is Raymond's cousin because he looks like him. So we all kept, and even he went with it. Yo, Radimus. We were playing semi-pro football at the time, and he was talking about that, and all we kept thinking was, so Radimus is his cousin. Until years later, you know, we meet and all that. Years later, I find out, so it was never Radimus. It was you guys.
What a disappointment.
This
is terrible.
When I see Raymond, I'm just going to be like,
They're gonna
so
fuck him
who's
up.
your cousin? What do you know about your cousin? No, but anyway. But that was a funny story when he told me that. And then we meet up years later. It's crazy.
But when I go on that set, right, so we get cast, I go on set, we're so excited or whatever, and the director's just like, Ernest Dickinson, he's just like, where's the Band-Aid at? I'm like, what are you talking about? No, because this was like a month ago we cast. So I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, the Band-Aid.
Yuli already lost the pimple.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
he
So they were
took
like,
them.
no, we only cast because that Band-Aid
that
was
edge.
great.
You had that edge
So they
with
were
the-
like, props, Band-Aid, please. And they came and put it right back on me.
Yo, that Band-Aid made you a star, bro.
It was a pimple. That's why I tell people, you know, people that complain about, no, seriously, people that complain about shit that happens, I'm like, it all happens for a reason. So if it wasn't for that Band-Aid, I would not put that that Band-Aid on.
Yep.
I mean, if it wasn't for that
the
pimple, I would not put the Band-Aid on, and I wouldn't have got juice.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And then with the Band-Aid on, they were like, you stand here and you do this, so I get the most light. You know what I'm saying? I got a nice close-up, like, and then you know what I did after that? Wiggle it, just a little bit. Because back then, in 1991, we did the OPP video. Right. So that came out a month later. So that was like 1 second on TV, which that's when I started wiggling it. But then when Juice dropped, nobody that looked like us was on TV like that. So it was like We were rocks. We had like 10
Yuli-
seconds.
Yuli
we were rock
definitely,
stars.
Yuli capitalized on it.
We would get happy and shit.
Rock
We'd see somebody
star.
that looked like us.
Oh,
No,
no,
'cause
Yuli was
nobody was in
capitalizing.
TV back then. It was like
But that works for all us. Like you do a little. I used to do a lot of extras work back in New York City. I did New York Undercover.
So do we.
Oh,
So do we.
Court scenes for Law and Order, like
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, people call me all the time when they see me on Law and Order.
Oh yeah.
And I'm fucking killing their life.
yes,
Playing juror number 3.
yeah.
He's killing it.
And New York, and New York Undercover.
Yeah.
And New York Undercover.
Killing
But there
it.
was this
I was
one role.
like killing
There
the
was
jury
this one
scene.
role.
Yeah, you did, buddy. You did. But that was big, though. Listen, that's why in the 90s,
They're
like,
like, yeah,
Jesse
just
on
seeing
TV on a big white show, just like the close-up.
Imagine that.
Major.
They're like,
Major.
he's the killer. He's the killer. He's the killer. And then they cussing me like,
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you were
Major.
You did the scenes inside the courthouse. You were SAG at the time.
SAG.
Yeah.
That's why I did everything but the court scenes because I wasn't SAG.
Yeah,
Ah,
no, but
yeah.
So I did everything. I did all the extras work. They gave me the $50 in the sandwich.
No,
terrible. Terrible.
we Winsome, the woman we met on Juice, because Juice didn't get us to SAG. but
Rest
then
in
we
peace,
did-
Wisdom. We love
We
you.
did Malcolm X, and she, like, Malcolm X was such a big project
Yeah.
that
I bought a car off of Malcolm
no, but
X.
but you
No,
know
for
what?
real. Yeah.
This is where I feel like my brother has done a similar thing. Winsome did a similar thing where they utilize moments, you know, and Malcolm X was a moment where they needed people of color, and the Screen Actors Guild didn't have it, and they used it as a tool in a moment to get people their waivers and stuff. And I
so it
sat
worked
in
out.
a couple of Malcolm X scenes and got my SAG card because of it.
From Malcolm X.
Everybody
Yeah,
did.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
So many of us got
I mean,
it.
Where the hell was I when that was going on?
I'm saying nice and smooth, like
No,
X-Clan.
everybody,
like-
anybody that wanted this,
she got
everybody.
It was all the rappers, like everybody was there. It was a movie.
After that, I was
Missed
just.
opportunity again.
yeah,
After
like
that, I was
93,
like just
94.
killing it.
Right.
You were bodying it.
Yeah, Law and Order, everything. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
just out of control.
NYPD Blue, they were like, "What happened to there?" Like I was just that. dude. I could always get the close up because I was SAG. You know what I'm
You
saying?
guys ever saw Life Stories on HBO? The Eddie Matos story?
Oh, I know anybody that story.
That was my claim to fame.
Okay, I gotta see
Only
it.
because after they did the scene at the club where everybody was dancing salsa, everybody spotted me in my neighborhood. So everyone
There goes
walked
Edwin,
around,
right?
Yo,
Ahí está
yo, I saw you in the Eddie Matos story. Yo,
Orlando.
I had a boldy at the time. Tallest dude with a boldy. You couldn't miss me in the dance floor, and I can't dance salsa to save my life. But I had to dance salsa, try it.
You know,
Everybody in the neighborhood. I remember I saw you on the HBO thing. I was like, it's like 10 seconds.
10 seconds is a lot.
Yeah, it's a
That's
lot.
like a
Wait,
star.
You
Look,
know,
look, 10 seconds. Like 1,
They know
2,
it's like
3,
10 seconds. Yo, that's a
4,
lot.
5,
That's a lot.
6, 7,
You know how many edits
8,
you get in 10 seconds?
9. That's a lot of seconds.
Yeah, it's
That's a lot of seconds. That's making it.
No,
That's
it's
enough to get
crazy.
groupies,
It's
though.
Making it.
crazy.
I had some
It's-
groupies. I had some fun with
That's
that.
enough.
For like
That's
10
enough.
seconds.
That's enough to wiggle it again. You know what I'm saying? No, no, but let's go back to
Him.
Fulanito. Let's go
back
to
to Fulanito. We haven't
Yeah.
even talked about Fulanito. So the father came in, gave you the joint. You got the hit record. So what happens
And we
after
Friends
that?
father
we
came.
sat on that record for like a year because that was the first record we did.
That was a big record.
And then we did like, wow, that's dope. Let's do a whole album. So, back in those days, you just didn't release a single because, everybody was, you got to release a whole album for you could sell a CD. So we had to like sit on the record. Even though it was hot, we had to like work on other stuff. So we had to work on the rest of the album. That's when we did a cepillo, como te la ripiá, all that stuff. So we had, but that was like a whole year.
Just those songs, huh?
It's like it was like a whole year. It was like a whole year. Then eventually it came out in '97 November, and it exploded. Johnny Famulari played it.
That's my brother
He was the
right
first
there.
dude who
Yes,
played
sir.
it.
Johnny.
Him and Nori Caro, I got my boy. So both of them.
Where they played 6 times in a row?
They played it 3 times in a row, like the first time, because the people were calling in. Everybody in New
They
York
would
was
play
like,
it and go-
"¿Qué esa vaina?" And they were like, "Yo, you know what?
They
One
played
more
it one
time." And then it would finish. Arrancó. Yo, fuck it. One
more
more time.
Who's that, Johnny?
And they
Who said-
did
who
that
said
for
it one more
like they did that for
time?
like
Johnny
4 weekends.
Famulari and Nori Caro.
They did it for like 4 weekends. It was like a frenzy.
Yeah.
That's my brother right there, Johnny.
And then it took off. It started out in New York. Then it went to DR. DR embraced it, and it became a big thing over there.
Colombia was crazy.
And then when it went to South America, then it went.
So this is before the brother.
Colombia.
He put me on. He put me on with that. At that point, because I was working at the bank and everything. Like I said, I played Guayando. People went crazy at the branch and everything. That's when he came out to me and he'd be like, "Yo, you want to be down?
Want to be down with me? Manage me, book me, all that stuff. Come on."
So I just went on. My last day of work was December 24th, 1997.
Had a fight with his. He had a fight with his
Back
wife.
to the bank after that.
You're gonna leave your real job to go do what?
I said
To wiggle it. To wiggle it.
no. I told my wife at the time. I was like, listen.
Oh, the
if it doesn't
wife
work
at
out,
the
I
time,
can always
he
go back
said.
to the bank.
Oh no, she didn't stick around if he said I'm gonna leave the bank to wiggle it.
Well, it's been 30 years. I haven't been back to the bank since.
But I said, how about the wifey? She's still around?
Nope.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
You
she
told
ain't.
wifey, I'm gonna leave the bank to go wiggle it.
I decided
He had to make a drastic change.
Yeah.
But
But that's-
then
and-
eventually he learned all the words and all that. Me and him have similar voices. We have the same voice. He could do the high
We
voice.
know
I
that
could
from
do.
high school. He was doing the raps in the cafeteria. We know that.
Come on,
We know
come
that.
You know, like the high voice that supposedly the fat guy sings.
Yeah.
That I sing. Well, he does it just
What's
as,
the high
as
voice?
good as me.
Which is the high voice?
That one.
Well, I'm doing it like the real.
I'm not gonna do it.
falsetto.
Oh, so he
Sounds
doesn't do
horrible.
it?
Huh?
He doesn't do it?
No, I do it in the shows.
No, but
It's that he recorded
no,
it
but
all.
the big guy doesn't do that. So he just imitates
did-
you.
Okay, I gotta let everybody know.
We're gonna revisit El
Gordito
Engaño.
no cantó nada.
He didn't record anything.
No way. I love the
think you
gordito. He did that thing. That was your voice.
I did the chorus. I did the rap. I wrote everything. Yeah.
Wait, let me just add real quick. The album.
It's really hard to sing all that stuff live.
Wait.
So I had to excuse me.
Yeah.
I had to put together a group to kind of
Imitate
do
your
all the
voices.
parts. I have coros, mucho coros. Wait, all that stuff. I did all that in the record.
They recorded
Okay.
the
But I
whole
had to
album.
put a
like
group
you
to
said.
kind of do it. And then the high voice, the pitch, and the choruses.
I don't want to say nothing bad, but Mr. Lee, the producer, right? He puts mad pressure on me. He's like, yo, man, you got to post shit. Yo, on the Instagram, you got to follow the artists that are coming. Fulanito's coming. You got to follow them. I followed Fulanito. And then I called my brother. I said, yo, the people I follow is like a bunch of this doesn't look like the Fulanito I know.
Bunch of white kids, he said.
What's up with that?
Well, that's my old partner. That's my old partner.
Which one? All four of them?
Yeah. Well, my production partner, Winston.
Winston.
Yeah, his father's your accordion player. So the thing is, he went and after we split up and everything, he went and grabbed the name. He went assaulted some kid who took the name before and threatened them, whatever, and took the name. So somehow he ended up with the name.
So somebody took
On
the
Instagram.
name.
Somebody had it, but he had the winner be like, yo, you better give it up. And the kid gave it up.
But how did somebody take your name?
No, he's referring
but
to.
somebody
We
had
talk
only on
about the
Instagram.
Instagram.
Well,
man.
Instagram.
Somebody had that name on Instagram, and his boy called it. I need this, and he took the Instagram.
on
name.
Instagram.
Well, on
okay.
Instagram. we
Not
got
the
it.
real
okay,
like
okay.
But
username.
in the courts,
okay,
in the
okay.
courts is a whole other thing. You know,
Okay.
we did all that, but then the judge just said, well, both of y'all started together, so you know what, both of y'all.
Because what happened
One
was
can't take it.
Right.
One or the other can't take it.
Right. What happened was in the trademark board with the
No.
trademark board, we tried to register it. He opposed it. It became a conflict. At the end of it all, they decided they both own it. Not one can own it without the other's permission. So that's why Fulanito's where it's at. He can't own it outright. Neither can we.
So on Instagram, he has the @Fulanito and I have @Fulanito Original. And that's why he has that one, because he went and threatened some kid or whatever. Because a lot of people think, oh, Fulanito es un golito, esto lo otro.
That's what I thought.
And he's
So,
not even, but
so
he's
what-
not
I
even
told my
the
brother, I
gordito.
said, Fulanito's
So
not
what
white
homeboy
guys.
did, he went and well, let me hire a whole bunch of fat guys whenever I need them, because that's what I need to sell my thing.
Well, how do they go on stage and sing your songs? though?
Horribly.
That's what I'm saying. So-
Well, they just learn the lyrics, or kind of, and
So-
they
so-
just go up there, and then people see a fat guy, and people fall for it, promoters fall for it.
So a fat guy, a white-skinned fat guy sings your
No,
lyrics.
but he was his partner, so let's not just kill him right
No,
away.
he wasn't the partner.
No, the fat
guy's
guy was not the partner.
He's in Colombia. somewhere chilling.
Winston Rosa is my brother's former partner. He's
Yeah.
not the fat guy in the
Yeah, the
group.
fat guy's
Oh, he's
fat
not
guy
in the-
retired.
Yeah.
He's in Cuba.
The fat no,
That's
he
the
didn't-
problem
he
about
retired.
having groups these days.
Yeah.
If I would have started again right now, I wouldn't do a group. I would just be all selfish and be like, I'm by myself. I'm doing solo.
I'm about to take some
Is
money
that-
and put
is
in
that
social
back then-
media
back then
campaigns
I-
to kill the Fulanito group.
Yo, back then I did a group. I did a group because eso es lo que estaba de moda. I did a group because it was Proyecto Uno, Ilegales. And I was like, well, let me put together my own group. But if I were to do it now, especially I did all the vocals, I would just be solo.
His mistake was my brother's mistake. They just
This
waited
guy.
too long to put the younger brother in play. Because if he would have done that sooner,
Wow,
he
he
would
told
have
me that.
had the old shit. Yo,
Nah, he told me that shit all the time.
yeah,
He's like,
exactly.
bro, I did the voice all along. I did it better than him.
Okay. So
All right,
now,
I gotta say something. No, let me break it down like this. You heard what he said earlier, right? They
Yeah,
recorded
listen,
Guayando. They
no,
recorded
because
Guayando
y'all-
first, and then they had to do the album. Not many people bring it up, but I want to make it clear. Let it go viral. Anyway, him and Winston recorded the album as a solo project from the get. The group was not put together till a year later.
Yeah, like
See that thing that he just said? He asked me. I remember when I was working at the bank. He even approached me and he goes, "Yo, you want to be down in this group?" I was ready to be down. We'll talk about that later.
Then your girl,
Anyway,
your
nah,
girl
but
was
seriously,
like, your
seriously.
girl was like, yo.
But they recorded everything. Him and Winston. It was always a solo project. That's why I want to say it. I'm gonna say it clear. Let it be known.
Yeah, because we were studio rats.
Yeah.
It was just two dudes in the studio, just like working on stuff. It wasn't like everybody like a whole group.
The whole ensemble wasn't put together till a year later.
The group thing was more marketing.
So all the songs were done already.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Then
a
you're
so,
like-
it was like one dude rapping and doing all the vocals.
Yes.
And then I had to put a group because that's for marketing.
And who you picked and why? Like, why you picked that Gordo for?
Everybody likes a golder. But he was like part of the crew. We always hung out. And then he really knew how to imitate that voice or do the voice that I do, like that high voice, the Luke voice. The Luke voice that I call it.
Well, the formation of Fulanito was kind of like a combination of the 740 Boys project and also Two in a Room, because when he came out with Trago, Roger wasn't his partner at the time. He had another partner that was working with him, Elvin Ovalles, right? Floodlight, who was
I
with
know
him when he
Elvin,
did
I
when he
know
did
Elvin.
Trago.
Yeah.
So
He got down with me when Trago.
right.
Okay.
And he was the one. Actually, he was the one that kind of put him together with the Vargas brothers when because he brought the project over to him, and that's how they got Trago together. And Elvin ended up joining in Two in a Room with him. So between Two in a Room with Elvin and 740 Boys with Pickles and Winston is where they put together with the extra guy that they got, Marino, and they started the whole Fulanito
Combined
group.
all of them, then we made Fulanito.
Right. That's why it was easy. I think
They were just like my
only-
homies. It's like an entourage. You know, like entourage. My boy, all my homies. And then we just like.
And
get
there was
together.
only one time, that we did a concert where it was Fulanito, 740 Boys, and Two in a Room, and that was in France.
Yeah, I had to like. Do
We did all three in one concert. Like we did 740 Boys, got off the stage. A couple of acts performed, came back, Two in a Room, got off the stage. A couple of came back, Fulanito, all in one night in France.
I've done that a few times.
Was that
Only
three,
one- no,
was
that
that
only
three
happened one
checks?
With three different groups.
Three different checks?
Was that three checks?
Three different checks, yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Back to different checks.
Yeah.
I had to negotiate it like that.
That's
You
what.
know, your first tour is not his first tour.
Right.
Right, so then his first tour is not yours. Artists tell me sometimes that when they go on the first tour and they feel that woman, like the women going crazy, they just go crazy, like with the women. I know you had the dancer, so maybe it's not the same for you. No, but I'm just saying. And then some people tell me that the second tour, right, because you had multiple lives, you know, you had multiple situations where you reinvented your career many times. And they said the second time, they're more picky. Like, oh, maybe I don't want to hit that. Maybe I don't want to hit that. Like, what was tour like for you?
Yeah, like later on, I got more picky. In
No, but the
beginning,
first time it's just-
when I first my first hit records, I was hitting everything.
He was like a rabbit.
You know, and I was like always on the hunt. And yo, gotta get some. You know, and también all the homies, we were like, yo.
No, but you just
But
felt
that
like
was
it was
the thing.
part of being a star, right? You had to close. You had to
Yeah,
close.
because I felt like if I wasn't getting any, I'm like, well, I really didn't make it. You gotta be getting some. But it worked out like that. Yeah, you get some girls get nuts. They really like guys that have hit records.
The dancer came.
No, but the like as you tour, right, and you tour the world, what was the first place you went when you were like, oh my God, like this was some different thing, not close to DR in New York, like it was something that you were like, wow, they love us too. Like, what was the first place that surprised you?
Well, it depends which group, but on 740 boys, it was Russia. We went to Moscow.
Oh, you too.
We
Moscow.
went twice.
Dominican and
Like
Moscow.
that you had, you
We
always
went
talked
like,
about.
when it was hot. We went when it was cold.
What year?
That was 95. Wow.
Wow.
740 boys.
Moscow.
But we went to Moscow. We went twice.
Wow.
Well, Moscow was great. You
We
killed
went
it
when,
there.
when it was hot. It was like this big concert in Gorky
Wow.
Park, I think it was.
You killed it there. You
And then
killed
we
it.
went somewhere
95?
next to
Wow.
Siberia. We had to wear like 5 layers of clothes.
Siberia.
Who
And
does
all
a
we-
show 5 layers of clothes?
That's what it felt like. We had to like.
But
and
did you
another
kill
shit
it in
on top.
Siberia
Because
too?
It was some crazy.
How do you judge the girls in 5 layers of clothes? You just look at the eyes and say that's ready?
Yeah, yeah. Look at
That's
that.
all you have. That's all you have.
That's all you have. And be like, yo,
Yeah,
mama,
nothing
yo,
else.
go to my room.
What gave it away?
Come on,
Those
look.
eyes.
Eskimo and shit.
It's like,
Surprise!
You like, tuviste los ojos? Like, her eyes is crazy.
But there's been different ones. You know, we went to South Africa. That was a whole other experience.
And this
Yeah.
and this is the
This is
Fulanito.
740,
This is all
740.
prior to Fulanito, because all he's talking about is before. I came out in '97.
Like, I went to Africa. Africa was some different shit. I went to Nigeria, and I had to get, like, you know, some shots and shit. And I went to do a mentorship program for MTV Africa. And there were, like, 4 directors. We had to go to 4 different places. I was going to Kenya, but a director that was going to Kenya couldn't get his visa cleared for Kenya, so they shifted me to Nigeria. So, you know, I had to get this shot and that shot and that shot and the dengue and the this and that. Nigeria was incredible. Beautiful place. But, you know, they scare you about all this shit and you get there and there's like people partying and the fucking, you know, it's
There's a whole
crazy.
scene and shit.
And I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, no, if you don't have sex in Nigeria because you didn't take this shot or this shot. I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, you know, everybody scares you. Not that I was trying to have sex in Nigeria. I'm just saying that they scare you.
Got no choice. They're gonna have to scare somebody. That sounds scary.
No, but they know.
Jesse
when you
don't
get
see.
back-
Jesse never gets scared.
No, never scared. Never scared. But the thing is that, you know, you have to have like shots after you leave Nigeria too, in case you catch like certain things, because it's, you got to
right.
keep it going or whatever. Like we was at the hotel and they were like, oh shit, don't leave your windows open because like, you know, you get back, you might be a monkey in your room. You know?
That's
What was that
facts.
in the 90s?
That was like maybe like 2010.
I'm just
okay.
laughing about
That's
that.
it.
Leave your windows closed or monkey.
They
Different
weren't
right
they
there.
weren't saying like it was a bad thing just for like an American.
Right.
I might freak out if I see a monkey, you know? Like when I went to
He was up
the
in your room.
when I went to the pool.
Right next to you.
No, but when I went to the pool, there was like literally like iguanas like this size,
Oh.
like just chilling, right? So I was like, it was like so many of them, and they were just like everywhere. And then I was like at the pool, and I was like panicking. And then the some dude was like, "Yo, they don't do nothing. Like, why are you panicking?" Like I go to Central Park, I see squirrels and shit we never seen, and you think that's normal.
Here in Florida, iguanas are normal.
That's so
the
that
thing.
he was saying like, yo, that's normal. Shit's normal. It's like, yo, they ain't got to do nothing. And then I was realized like the monkey might be normal. It's just shit's normal. So I let the iguanas like chill, you know.
You know, like
They
the
were just
Norwegian
like-
water rat in New York City is normal.
Yeah, no, but we went to.
But the thing is like the iguana in Miami might look like that.
Right.
The Nigeria shit is like, it's like half a
Like
dinosaur.
Komodo dragons or something like that.
No,
It's
they're not
crazy.
fucking with you. They're not coming at you. They're
They
just
don't out
chilling.
here either. They really don't bother anybody.
They don't bother nobody. They just
Listen,
chill.
huh?
Oh, you should come out here.
Well,
You should have seen it in
They
January.
don't got them in the
When they
blade.
fall off the trees when they're
No,
frozen.
no, because LA gets
Wait a
cold.
minute,
When
you
they,
guys haven't seen
Yeah,
that.
you gotta
I
see them
saw
when
that.
they
I
freeze.
saw that. I saw that when they fall.
They'll fall. You think they're dead. You warm them up. they
No,
just
my
get alive,
crib
they walk
out
and run
here.
away.
They be like, be careful, because they was just like, boop, they start falling off. Like,
You got that look. You haven't seen it, you. Oh, when it gets cold out here, the iguanas freeze and they fall off the tree. They're not dead. They are
my
frozen.
brother is straight New York. He's like, he is the voice of the
Yes,
streets.
there
There you go.
Yeah.
Not the
Sometimes I
Miami
get
streets,
confused.
not the Miami
The
streets,
New York streets.
but the New York streets for sure.
The
Places.
street is kind of scary because está regañando gente siempre cuando hace un video.
Yeah,
Yo see, I saw
But
the
it's,
video
but
you
it's,
did yesterday.
I know it's real shit.
Yo, he was.
No, I ain't
letting
talked to him.
have
This
it.
That's
motherfucker
real
be letting
shit.
him have it. Yo, I talked to him and I'm like, yo, you, man, I'm about to come to New York, yo. And let me see what the streets is saying about you, because, you know what I mean? Like, people been saying that shit. I just want to make sure you good when you come out here. Like, the fuck is that supposed to mean? Nah, you know, niggas, you know, there's a bunch of people saying that you on some bitch ass shit, and I just want to make sure you good. Like, I don't want you to just walk around the whole neighborhood like you think you just walk around the. I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, so he always says me that shit.
Tell me something. What high schools did you guys go to?
Different high schools. I didn't go to his high school.
Oh, you went to private
Went
school?
to private school. I didn't go to his high school because it was too much for me.
Yeah.
So we're the ones that were stuck with public schools. I see.
Yeah, I went to Holy Cross.
Oh, okay.
All boys school. You gotta wear a suit every day. They're very disciplined. Couldn't miss a day of school ever.
Both my brothers went to the same school.
I went to G-Dubs. I'm a super senior.
No, both my brothers went to the same school, but I knew then he's never gonna understand the point of view I live. Younger brother to older brother, you know, because he has like.
No, this is a real conversation right here. This is for the books right here.
Yeah.
And you can probably co-sign.
But I'm saying he just views me sometimes like him, right? So we argue about shit.
Never that, but go ahead, continue.
But I gotta say this though. I see that. I see that in both of y'all because we go through the same
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can
It's very
piggyback what he's gonna say, but continue. I'm sorry. So I view you like me sometimes.
He's like, it looks like he's finding out new things today.
That's how you feel.
No, but that's what Latino Champs about, learning the story. But it's only your story, but sometimes I get a story out of
Finding
it.
out some new shit.
Yeah, so
Like,
sometimes I
okay.
get that.
What I was trying to say is that you will never see my point of view.
You're finishing. They want to know the end of the story.
Says Fulanito want to know, how does that make you feel? What he just said. Let us know.
I don't know the end of the story. I'm waiting for the end of the story. I want to find out
Se está
too.
poniendo caliente ya.
I want to find out the end of the story. Yeah, finish the story, man.
Life is viewed on a position of what you see,
Right.
what you experience, what you go through. You know what I'm saying? So he might see your life in a certain way because you wrote the lyrics. You did the shit. He didn't write the lyrics. He doesn't know what the pain you went through, but he saw it from a different perspective as a younger brother to an older brother.
I just wanted to be hot at some study hall.
That's what I'm saying. He was already fucking chicks on your strength for your music. He doesn't know what it's like to actually write a hit record and fuck on his strength for his own music. I'm not dissing you. I'm just saying.
So what are you trying to say, dog?
Oh.
Are you trying to say that you wrote the hit records and I'm fucking off your records?
No, I'm actually doing the reverse.
Oh, I'm just confused right now.
It's
Like,
Anybody's ever considered writing like a buddy flick that involves like two sets of brothers? Let's have some fun, bro.
We might have to.
You're the middle brother.
Yeah. No, but he's a big personality. So he's the funny brother, the guy that's the star of the show, the live entertainment.
No, he looks.
No. And now I had to be like the unlive entertainment.
Is it more of a yin and yang?
So he only sees it from his perspective. He doesn't see it from my perspective to him because he doesn't know this perspective. To be the young nigga looking at his brother, that's the guy that's like the life of the party. He don't see that.
So who's the life of the party?
He's the life of the party. I always say.
Y'all both holding it down in your own style. I gotta say
that's
that.
what I'm saying. No, now he's good because he's
All I know, I'm
chilling.
proud of both of y'all.
Word. Shit.
You guys rock.
Fuck.
So
I've been watching y'all niggas at work. You niggas rock.
Salud. You know what? I'm like, you know, I saw the other video. You guys are doing a lot of that, and you know what? Props to that. But what I'm saying is that what you guys have been doing, we've always followed.
Yes.
We've always followed you guys.
But
and
you know-
for real,
Real,
guys
mad proud of you.
represent. You know what? I know the show is to interview us or interview my brother, but I'm giving you the flowers. I always wanted to do that. You
I
guys,
appreciate
you guys be rocking
y'all.
out.
You know,
For real.
look. We appreciate that. And look, me and my brother fight. That's what we do.
I see.
That's right.
I see.
Yuli and I, we met on the audition for In Search of a Dream.
Oh, buscando
Buscando un sueño.
You know,
remember?
Yeah, you know who got you know who got
I know,
that? You got that
Elvis.
part? No, Jesse did.
No, it was Elvis's role.
Was Elvis's part?
I was reading for the role.
Why you
I was
trying
reading
to
for the
throw me
same
on
role
that bus?
Elvis was reading for.
No, he was talking about I never gave him an opportunity.
Oh.
He's in this. He's
You referenced
he's
that
in
was-
Buscando Sueño. I
You're
cast
in it.
him. Yeah, he's in it.
Do it.
You got cast in Buscando Sueño.
You know what, Jesse?
And you were mad ungrateful.
You
I
got
never
to know
casted
me.
you again.
I mean, he hired you. He didn't hire
Exactly.
me. There you go.
Yeah.
You didn't talk to me for years because of that, man. Because you knew you were the best one for the part, and I gave it to my brother, and you didn't. You told me for years.
fuck outta
You didn't tell me for years, Jesse. You ungrateful, and he said I don't give him nothing.
I'm at a party after the audition. I was like, yeah, I did an audition and all that. I was like, yeah, I was reading for an audition for a movie, In Search of a Dream. They all started laughing, and I was like, what? What's funny? Like, oh, they already gave that to Elvis. I was like, oh, gee, thanks.
Who said that, Fidel?
Yeah. I was at a family friend party. and he was there. So when I told them I did the audition, they were laughing. They were like, oh yeah, he read for Fidel's role, and it was him, and he already got the role.
Now I worked with him before. He's a SAG actor.
Right. Wait, if I were SAG, we wouldn't be rolling. We wouldn't be talking.
Huh?
If I wasn't SAG.
No, but
That's
what I'm saying. I'm SAG, but Yuli's talking about particular SAG actors. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man, see,
That's what I'm saying.
You guys had inside jokes with that.
I'm gonna tell him the truth. The truth is that it's a tough business.
Yeah.
It's a tough business sometimes to raise the capital, to raise the money, to make the movies happen.
Claro.
And my brother gets brought in to cast the movies, and sometimes they don't have the money for certain things, right? So he calls people he thinks are his friends, and he says, hey, we're doing this movie.
And this is the budget.
I mean, this is what we have.
Right.
We got $3,000, and it's called
5.
It's 10 days of work or 7 days of work, but this is what it is, you know. And in order for us to function as a movie, this is what it is, you know. I'm in the SAG, I'm a DGA, but sometimes he tells people that. And imagine he hires everybody here for this movie, and then all of a sudden, while he's making the movie, you call SAG and say, hey, I just shot 7 days with Ulysses.
So what? He makes SAG go and get involved?
No. This just to defend the actor. I don't like ruining people's careers, right?
Okay.
So we did a movie a long time ago. No, so it was SAG. It was SAG, right? But we gave everybody like 5,000 cash under the table, 10,000 cash on the table. But the SAG
buyout deals.
just because so it was like famous people, whatever, right? And then the SAG rate was $100 a day, right?
Right.
So he worked 5 days, right? But the deal was here's 5,000 cash, here's 10,000 cash, here's 20,000 cash. That was the deal, right? So then a month goes by, and that actor didn't get the $500 that they were supposed to get from SAG.
On top of the 5 you already gave.
No, the 5 was it's all in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But they didn't get the paperwork from SAG yet because we didn't do the paperwork yet. Instead of calling his friend, he go, hey, friend. He's like, you know what? I'm a union actor. Let me call SAG and tell SAG where's my $500 I didn't get paid in 30 days because now that's late fee, there's over limit fee, there's this and that. So now the 500 could be $750.
So then SAG goes after you.
Oh, it cost us $50,000.
Oh, that's a fine.
No, because he wasn't the only one that was late. It's the whole fucking crew. Because
They take that and they multiply it on anybody.
Hold on, you didn't get paid for what movie? This movie? Wait a minute, there was 80 people in this movie. Hold on, hey, 80 people, did you get paid? Hey, shh. Fines, $50,000. You know what I'm saying?
No way.
Yeah.
And it affects your business.
No, it affects the guys that paid the $50,000 that I told them to hire my friend. So they wanted to hurt me really badly because, you know what I'm saying? And then I seen the guy recently. He said, yo, man, you did all these movies. How come you didn't hire me? I'm like,
what? I understand. Keep walking.
I'm like, I look, we got to go. So what is the future? What's happening right now? Tell us all.
Hopefully you put me in a movie or some shit.
Okay.
Like that. Bueno, no, estoy grabando también.
Okay.
I'm doing another Latin album.
Okay.
And also doing like a house project, like house music project.
And when you say you're doing another album, what does that mean?
Another Fulanito album.
Fulanito album.
Fulanito
Okay.
album, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's you and your brother, or you and those...
a lot of the same sounds.
Who's Fulanito now?
What is me?
It's
No,
him.
your
And
brother.
my brother, whenever I need him for anything, like always, you come through.
For clarity.
Necesito corito, no cuánto coro.
Wait, where's the camera? I'm gonna look at the camera right now. For clarity, para Fulanito, el original, Fulanito original. That's the man right there. Edwin Vargas, Verdugo 1214 on Instagram.
Verdugo.
Book Fulanito.
Yeah, this guy, marketing is crazy. Let's go.
I gotta say what I gotta say.
So Fulanito's you.
Yes. So there's another Fulanito project coming, and también my house stuff. It
Awesome.
might be on the Tuna Room. I'm trying to decide what.
Okay.
I'm gonna, call it.
You might bring
But
to the
it's
room
coming
back.
along nicely.
Okay. Yeah, man. That's where should we expect that?
Before the end of the year.
Okay. Wow, that's
It's
exciting, man.
That shit could come like in 3 months. There are a couple of
concepts that we have that we have in the works
not only the next studio album, we're actually trying to set up a nice little like YouTube video concert that we want to set up, something nice and small and intimate. But we'll talk about that.
Okay, well, that's what's up, man. Look, thank you for coming to Latino Champs. Been a fan for decades, man. Appreciate your time. Thanks for coming through. Let's give it up for my brothers. Fulanito in the house. Let's go.
Thanks for having us. Gracias. Thank you for the Terrero brothers. Thank you.
Yes, we're here.
You guys are awesome.